What time do you usually wake up, teacher?
I usually wake up at 6:30 a.m.
How many hours of sleep do you get?
I aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night.
Do you exercise regularly?
Yes, I try to exercise for at least 30 minutes every day.
What's your morning routine?
I start with stretching exercises and then have a healthy breakfast.
What do you eat for breakfast?
I usually have oatmeal with fruits and a cup of coffee.
Do you have any bad habits you are trying to break?
Yes, I am trying to cut down on sugary snacks.
How do you stay organized during the day?
I make to-do lists to stay organized.
What time do you start work?
I start work at 8:30 a.m.
How many breaks do you take during your work day?
I take short breaks every hour to stretch and relax.
What's your favorite part of the school day?
I enjoy interacting with my students the most.
How do you unwind after a long day at school?
I like to read a book or take a walk to relax.
What time do you usually have lunch?
I have lunch at 12 p.m.
What's your favorite lunchtime meal?
I enjoy having a salad with grilled chicken.
Do you have any afternoon rituals?
I like to have a cup of herbal tea in the afternoon.
How do you manage stress?
I practice deep breathing and meditation to manage stress.
What's your evening routine like?
I usually cook dinner and then spend time grading assignments.
Do you watch TV before bed?
No, I avoid screens before bedtime. I prefer to read.
What time do you go to bed?
I try to go to bed by 10 p.m. to get enough rest.
Do you set goals for yourself each day?
Yes, I set both short-term and long-term goals.
How do you stay motivated to accomplish your daily goals?
I reward myself when I achieve my goals.
What's your favorite weekend activity?
I enjoy hiking in the mountains on weekends.
Do you have any hobbies you pursue regularly?
I like painting and try to do it every weekend.
How often do you visit the gym?
I go to the gym 4 times a week.
What's your go-to snack when you're hungry?
I often snack on almonds or carrot sticks.
How do you manage your time effectively?
I use a planner to schedule my tasks.
Do you have a favorite book you like to recommend to students?
To Kill a Mockingbird is a classic I recommend.
What's your least favorite chore at home?
I dislike doing the dishes.
How do you maintain a healthy work-life balance?
I make sure to spend quality time with my family.
What's the last thing you do before going to sleep?
I write in my gratitude journal.
Do you have any tips for staying motivated during challenging times?
Setting small, achievable goals can help.
How do you manage your finances responsibly?
I create a monthly budget and stick to it.
What's your favorite type of music to listen to while working?
I prefer instrumental music to help me focus.
How do you stay updated with current events?
I read the news online every morning.
What's your favorite form of exercise?
I enjoy cycling on weekends.
How do you deal with difficult students in class?
I try to have open and respectful conversations with them.
Do you enjoy cooking?
Yes, I find it relaxing to cook new recipes.
What's your favorite season of the year?
I love autumn for its cool weather and colorful leaves.
How do you ensure you're always learning and growing?
I attend workshops and seminars whenever possible.
Do you have any tips for maintaining a healthy diet?
Eating in moderation and staying hydrated are key.
How do you handle a busy schedule?
Prioritizing tasks and avoiding procrastination helps.
Do you have any daily mantras or affirmations?
I remind myself to stay positive and resilient.
What's your favorite way to relax on a Sunday afternoon?
I like to take a long nap on Sundays.
How do you stay connected with friends and family?
I make time for regular phone calls and visits.
What's your preferred mode of transportation?
I prefer biking for short distances and driving for longer ones.
How do you stay environmentally conscious in your daily life?
I reduce, reuse, and recycle whenever possible.
What's your favorite weekend getaway destination?
I enjoy visiting the beach on weekends.
Do you have any daily rituals that bring you joy?
I start each day with a smile in the mirror.
How do you handle unexpected challenges?
I remain calm and think of possible solutions.
What's your favorite subject to teach in class?
I love teaching history and sharing stories.
How do you maintain a positive attitude in difficult situations?
I remind myself of past successes and resilience.
What's your favorite way to relax after a busy school day?
I like to take a long bath and read a good book.
How do you stay organized with lesson planning?
I create detailed lesson plans in advance.
What's your favorite school memory from when you were a student?
Graduating from college is a cherished memory.
How do you stay creative in your teaching methods?
I attend workshops and collaborate with colleagues.
Do you have any time-saving tips for students?
Prioritize tasks and avoid multitasking.
How do you encourage students to stay motivated in their studies?
I praise their efforts and set achievable goals.
What's your favorite type of literature to read?
I enjoy reading classic literature.
How do you handle distractions while working?
I create a dedicated workspace and set boundaries.
What's your preferred method of communication with students and parents?
I use email and online platforms for communication.
How do you stay physically active during the school day?
I walk around the classroom and stretch between classes.
What's your favorite way to unwind during school holidays?
I like to travel and explore new places.
How do you stay organized with grading assignments?
I have a grading schedule and stick to it.
What's your favorite motivational quote?
The only way to do great work is to love what you do. By Steve Jobs.
How do you encourage students to pursue their passions?
I provide resources and support for their interests.
How do you handle conflicts among students in class?
I facilitate discussions and promote empathy.
What's your favorite extracurricular activity for students?
I love drama club for its creativity.
How do you stay organized with paperwork and documentation?
I use digital tools to keep everything in order.
What's your favorite school event of the year?
I enjoy the school's annual talent show.
How do you encourage students to develop good study habits?
I provide study tips and strategies.
How do you stay flexible with unexpected changes in the curriculum?
I adapt and find creative ways to teach.
What's your favorite historical period to teach about?
I enjoy teaching about the Renaissance.
How do you handle a student who is struggling academically?
I offer extra help and tutoring support.
What's your favorite school tradition?
I love the tradition of graduation ceremonies.
How do you foster a sense of community in your classroom?
I encourage teamwork and open communication.
What's your favorite educational technology tool?
I find interactive whiteboards very useful.
How do you stay updated with the latest teaching methods?
I attend professional development workshops.
What's your favorite educational field trip destination?
I enjoy taking students to museums.
How do you encourage students to be environmentally responsible?
I educate them about conservation and recycling.
What's your favorite childhood book?
Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak.
How do you incorporate real-life examples into your lessons?
I use current events and case studies.
What's your favorite school assembly?
I like the annual awards assembly.
How do you stay inspired as a teacher?
I attend conferences and read educational books.
What's your favorite educational documentary?
The Cove is a powerful documentary about marine life.
How do you handle student presentations in class?
I provide constructive feedback and encouragement.
What's your favorite educational quote?
Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. By Nelson Mandela.
How do you stay patient when dealing with challenging students?
I remind myself that every student is unique.
What's your favorite part of the curriculum to teach?
I enjoy teaching about human rights.
How do you encourage students to think critically?
I ask open-ended questions and promote discussion.
What's your favorite icebreaker activity for the first day of class?
I like to play two truths and a lie.
How do you stay positive in the face of setbacks?
I focus on finding solutions and learning from mistakes.
What's your favorite educational board game?
I enjoy playing Scrabble with students.
How do you incorporate technology into your teaching?
I use online resources and interactive apps.
What's your favorite educational TED Talk?
Sir Ken Robinson's talk on creativity in education.
How do you foster a love for reading in your students?
I recommend books and create a classroom library.
What's your favorite educational project you have assigned?
I love the science fair projects students create.
How do you promote diversity and inclusion in your classroom?
I celebrate cultural diversity and encourage respect.
What's your favorite educational quote?
The beautiful thing about learning is that no one can take it away from you. By B.B. King.
How do you handle student-led discussions in class?
I facilitate and guide the discussion.
What's your favorite educational field trip memory?
Visiting a planetarium with students was memorable.
How do you stay motivated to be the best teacher you can be?
I remind myself that education has the power to change lives, and that's my motivation every day.